Do your own research and due diligence before investing in any company. The information I provide is in no way or manner a professional suggestion to purchase shares in any publicly traded company. I am not licensed to provide financial advice, and this should be considered entertainment. These stock profiles are intended to be trading ideas, a starting point for research. Any individual who chooses to invest in any securities should do so with caution. Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk. You may lose some or all the money that is invested. Always research your own investments and consider consulting with a registered investment advisor or a licensed stockbroker before investing.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
This is the American Investor Show with me, LaSalle Nungu. Get ready to get all the hottest scoop on the latest consumer and business news moving today's stock market, and exclusive interviews with today's best traders. From the NASDAQ to the Dow to the OTC markets, I've got you covered. And now, let's get it started. What's going on, everybody?
Has just begun.
It's your boy Sal, man. I'm in the building. Shout out to everybody who was in the Discord room today. Had a good time. A lot of trades, man. A lot of trades popped off today, man. Yes, indeed, man. Shout out to the people already in the chat room, ready to get this show started today. What's going on, everybody? Matthew North, Donald Hawkins, SC Trucker. SC, did you make some money on that POTN move the other day? More Peace, Freddie Foster. What's going on? Bruce Cole, Joe Pro, Brian Brown, Cadillac Mac, who was in here earlier, man. Michael B, what's up? Jeff Thayer, Carlos, Penny Hammer, TG13. Okay, good. I got a good amount of mods in here. What's going on, Ricky? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have a special guest coming on later today. Well, actually, just in a few moments, really. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, of course. We're going to be having Sean DEKMAR of DEKMAR Trades. I'm really excited to have him on today. And again, I just want to get a gist of his mindset, what got him to the point where he decided that he was ready to teach others, his journey to becoming a successful trader, and what it took to get there. I'm really looking forward to hearing that from him. So stay tuned. Sean will be on the air giving us a call here at the 9:30 time. So until then, we're going to go ahead and look at some tickers that were hot today. By the way, this broke late. Jeff Sessions, I guess word came out that Jeff Sessions lied under oath. He mentioned that he had met with the Russians twice. They found out today that was actually 3 times. And you guys know, as a guy who loves marijuana penny plays, I've said this countless times that the only reason those stocks aren't running anymore is because of him. So if this ends up getting into a situation where he resigns, put all the marijuana stocks back on the table. Put them all back on the table, because the only reason they're not running is not because of Trump, it's because of him. It's because of him. And he's on record having a very negative sentiment about marijuana. So I'm praying that means he decides to take off, but we'll see. What's going on, Mr. JRH? Early caller here, 845. You're on the air. What's up?
Hey, how's it going? It's Ken from New York.
Hey, Ken. What's up, man?
The BTCS? Did you see how it reversed intraday? Remember that Bitcoin stock that went from 2 to 20 cents in like 3 weeks? And
yeah.
It crashed down to 6 cents, 6.7 cents earlier today.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I mean, what's going on with BTCS though? I mean, a couple of days ago it was all good. Now,
Yeah. I don't know. I just noticed the price action and the volume. There were a lot of big blocks that were bought. That's when someone had notated on the board this afternoon in the middle of the day. $60,000 blocks.
Uh huh.
So that's a good sign.
So you're actually thinking BTCS? There's more room to run here, even though we had a red day today.
Yeah, what did it close at? What, 9 cents?
Closed at 0.0830.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, not the best candlestick in the world.
Right.
Kind of got a doji here, but we'll see. I mean, it's been really rocky these last couple of days.
I know. And the other one, GAHC, was another one of those. That one doesn't look good at all. That one.
Yeah, I think GAHC, and it's so sad because there were a lot of people in my chat room who were in on this stock. So I don't know, what their belief is in it. On their out, do they believe that there's going to be some dip buying opportunity here? I'd love to find out what they think about it as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. Have you noticed that some of these 000 stocks are really starting to move in the last few days?
Yeah, and I think, play them and enjoy them. I think it's been insane. I mean, it's not any of the ones that I own, unfortunately, but yeah, they are running. But the thing is they're moving so quickly, though, that you're not actually really able to take advantage of the move. So, it is what it is.
Right, exactly. What was it, FRTZ? Was that the one that went from 0003
yeah, FRTZ. Gosh, somebody put it in the Discord room. It's like Freets or something like that. Somebody can give me that in the chat room. I don't have it with me right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's good. There's a lot of speculation in the market.
Yeah.
Can I just, one more thing I mentioned, the NVIDIA, Tesla, what else? It's amazing how these blue chip stocks are moving, the percentages they're moving in a day. Do you think we're in a blow-up stage of the market right now? Or could this
here's the thing. I mean, we had the Comey thing today, and it wasn't as bad as people, thought it was. I mean, everybody thought he'd come in angry and really drop a bomb, and he really didn't drop any real bombs. So that gave some investors the confidence to go even bigger. So, I mean, it is what it is. Look, this is going to come to an end very soon. It will. I mean, nothing goes on forever. And Lord knows I want it to come down tomorrow. But, I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's going to stay green for at least the time being.
In IWM, the Russell 2000 has been in a 7-month channel between 132 and 140. I wonder if it's going to break out of that channel.
The small caps have really been missing the boat here. I mean, it just hasn't been enjoying the same ride. So it is what it is. The market is a little hesitant on making sure that they want to put their money in real growth vehicles. And I understand they're just not, wanting to really put in the risk. So.
Right. But thank you. I really do enjoy your show and your insight, and I keep getting people to tune in.
Thank you. Appreciate your call. Thanks a lot.
Yes. Take care.
Yes, sir. 845, James from New York. Appreciate the call, sir. What's going on? Astrid, Stock God, Dex Cannon, K. Harvey. What's up, man? Yes, indeed. So I hope I'm not the only guy who missed the move today in DCTH. Oh, my God. I mean, you want to talk about game changers. And again, I've always talked about those stocks under 50 cents. Those stocks under 50 cents, if you can catch them and I mean, really just get in and have perfect timing, you can set yourself up for success with one trade with these stocks under 50 cents because, you can load up, go in heavy. They'll get you 100, heck, not even 100. Let's just go with 20, 30, 40% in a matter of moments. And somebody today was blessed enough to be put in a situation where they were in DCTH today at 2 cents a share, probably didn't even know what the hell they were doing, and found themselves in an incredible rally to 4 cents, actually got to as high as 0.046. So you actually had 100% for just a bit. I think it was like 99.7 or some crap like that. But hey, 94.47% is the gain today. Insane in DCTH. Now, somebody was asking me why. I don't know why, and honestly, it doesn't even matter. If you had your moving averages up and you were willing to risk a couple dollars, you made money here in DCTH. This is the 5-minute chart. So every candlestick is 5 minutes. So it's not like you didn't have an opportunity to decide, because I had the opportunity and I didn't take advantage of it. I literally watched this thing climb. I was like, okay, because I'm sure you've been in the same position. You've looked at it and you're like, oh, wow, okay. Oh, okay. It's going higher. Oh. And then it just happens. And you found out you missed the boat. 718, you're on the air. What's up?
Oh yeah, I just want to make a quick comment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a day trader. This is Bankatronic, and yeah, you're so on point about those OTCs, especially the breakouts when they have the news. Yeah. And then on the short side, when they have that morning panic, when they're down like 20 to 50%, they have that morning panic, and they're buying that dip.
Now here's the thing, because I've always thought buying dips was pretty dangerous. What has gotten you to the point where you're comfortable by buying those big momentum plays that are down, that you figure, what makes you figure and have the confidence thinking that they're going to go back up?
Well, what I've learned from one of my teachers, Timothy Sykes, is that, they don't want to get investigated by the SEC, so they prop them up. So we'll see all these we'll see a stack of bids. And I wait for, when I look for the bounce back, I'm looking at the 1 minute and the 5 minute chart. Okay. So I wait for the confirmation on that 5 minute chart, and I see that second candle, and then I see the volume spike. Yeah, and it's a sure shot because, these OTCs, they don't want to be investigated by the SEC, so they prop their stock up, and it's really good. It's a really pretty much a conservative play there. But if the panic happens later in the day, I tend to avoid those and just go for more of the morning panic ones. Anyways, I just want to call in. I'm so psyched to hear my other teacher, Sean DEKMAR. And, I'm going to be checking out Discord chat as well. And thanks for what you do, B.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the call, 718. Thank you so much for the call. I'm really excited to have Sean call in here in just a bit. Because, one, I really wanted to reach out to him because he's really been hitting it out of the park with his alerts. I've been watching his Instagram. I've been seeing what people have been tweeting. But not only that, the guy's probably the most affordable way to learn how to trade that I've seen so far out of all the teachers. There are a lot of teachers out here, quote unquote teachers, who are, I'll never name any names, but they're honestly ripping people off. They're ripping people off. I've always thought, Tim Sykes was the best. Sean, we're getting ready to get to know him. But besides that, and also warrior trading. I like warrior trading as well. I wish he would be a little bit more open. But for the most part, those guys are actually delivering on the cost of their products, right? They're putting themselves out there. They're, showing their trades. They're really engaging with their base. But the rest of the people are just, kind of out there. So really excited and looking forward to meeting Sean today and, understanding his point of view and what he brings to traders all over the world. Because these guys who are teachers, they have, clients. I don't like to say customers. They're clients all over the world, folks. All over the world. So, DCTH, going back to that was the move today. It was a late day move, by the way, too. Really kind of started jumping off here at the noon hour, which is typically supposed to be a lull for the market, especially prices and stocks this cheap. You're typically not supposed to see them run that aggressively, at this time of the day. But for whatever reason, DCTH moved higher. Is it going to continue on tomorrow? I can never, decide that. It's up 94%. Let's be honest. It's probably going to, take a big turn on itself tomorrow. But you never know. You never know who's going to show up. We could have a whale come in there and hold it up for us. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, with DCTH. Yes, indeed. Penny Hammer, FRZT. Yeah, okay. So that was the play we were talking about. He was talking about FRZT. Again, that's that OTC runners that we were just talking about. Here are these OTCs that just are running crazy. This is the last 2 days in FRZT, OTC play. Very sketchy company. I didn't really get a chance to look at the 10K or Qs, but if it even has any. But FRZT running like crazy now. It looks like it's worn off its welcome here. But what a run. I mean, from 0004 to 00. Did that actually get to a penny? No, actually to 0088. 0004 to 0088. That's insane, man. You guys can do the math on that and see what the return is. I know it's got to be at least over. It's got to be at least 1,000, right? It's got to be almost 1,000. It's got to be 1,000 because 0010 to 008 is 800 right there. So, absolutely incredible move. Absolutely incredible move. ENRJ. Wow, that's a ticker we haven't heard about in quite a bit here. Here's the move yesterday. Actually, no, that's today's move. Excuse me. That was today's move. Here's the 5-minute with today's move, and ENRJ, man, leaving a lot of people up top there. Unfortunately, look, if you didn't have a good platform to get you in and out, you lost big there in ENRJ. As you can see here, that's the 5-minute chart. So each candlestick being 5 minutes, you didn't have a lot of time to make your move there in ENRJ before you started losing money. So, I mean, this is one of those setups that if you don't know what you're doing, just leave it alone. But it's sad because you don't see these coming. You honestly don't see these coming when they open up so strong. You actually had a wick that got even higher. Actually, got to about 47 cents before our buyers rejected those higher prices. Let me know why it ran, because I didn't check out that stock today. All right. Call-in line is open. 305-600-2896. ABIL, next ticker. Next ticker, ABIL. Again, here's the 5-minute chart. You guys know I love my moving averages. Does a great job of allowing me to know whether or not to get in or out the trade, and they hug them beautifully here. ABIL, nice move today in the morning. All right, nice move there in the morning. More than enough time there in ABIL. Nice profit. Look at that dip. We just had a caller get off the air talking about buying that morning panic, and that's exactly what happened here on ABIL. You hit a top of 169, came back resting at 110. So what a pullback. And that's a mean looking pullback right there, folks, because you got a lot of people who are not riding a stock back down 70 cents. So there's no doubt in my mind that you got a couple pissed off traders today who saw the stock, probably got in the 120s, sold for a loss in the 110s, and then they're watching the stock close at 140. I know I'd be pissed off. Yeah, that's what you say. That's what you say when you see that. What's going on, Bill Betts? RCHA did a reverse split. Man. Horrible on RCHA. Now, the good news that could come out of this is that they're going to start pumping now. But yes, RCHA did delete some shares, lower that outstanding float, and hopefully that represents a turn in direction for RCHA and only going up from here on out. UOIP, Unified Online, don't know anything about the company. I know we've had a couple guys call up last couple days about it. I know you're watching. I forgot your name. But I told you to sell yesterday. Hopefully you sold today and got whatever you had left out of there. Second red day in a row for UOIP. Well, I hope you sold yesterday. Yesterday was the real big one. And as those of you guys who know Tim Sykes, he teaches that first red day can sometimes be, a dip buying opportunity or a continuation of bearish momentum. All right. Jeff there, he said, what's up with the Faggy stock? Yeah, the emails went out today. Today, the move today didn't really happen, but the big push is tomorrow, so we'll see what happens with Faggy. No real movement on today's action at all, 65 cents. Day's range was actually 73, so you actually got to 73 cents. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I did see some pump emails already sent on FAGI. All right. Yes, indeed. What tickers are you guys looking at right now? Everybody's just kind of chilling in the chat room. HUSA. HUSA, by the way, HUSA, I did put that video out. And as you guys know, that's pretty much every Thursday unless I see a stock that moves before Thursday. But that is my bag holder stock of the week, ladies and gentlemen. I look, I know I got some heat. I already saw the tweet. Some people, pretty pissed off about it, but it's the truth. I've been watching HUSA rise. I saw it rise, but with today's volume, here's my theory. With today's volume, the price where it got at today is unsustainable. See, when you have a pump, the weakest, the most unintelligent, the most, emotional traders always come in at the very top. They always come in at the very top of a pump. They've been watching the stock. They've been looking at the gains. They've been missing out. And then they decide, you know what? I'm going to take a position. Now, if you look over the last several days of volume in HUSA, look at the volume numbers. Go to Yahoo Finance, pull up the, today you had a gain of almost 500, 600% in volume today in HUSA. So the word got out today. But here's the thing, as I just said, those people are highly emotional. And you saw it in the chart today. They're the weakest hands. They're the guys who are putting in $50, $60, and they're down $2 and they're running for the door. They're running for the door. And my bet is HUSA is not going to be able to replicate today's volume tomorrow. So, the stock may squeeze, yes. The stock may very well squeeze tomorrow. Are we going to crack 95? No. I'm going to say it right now. I don't think we're cracking 95 tomorrow. I think HUSA saw $1 today and it'll never see it again. It'll never see it again. I'm making, right here on the show, a bet, and I'm not putting any money on the line or anything like that. Tomorrow, HUSA closes at 65 cents. Yeah. 65 cents. HUSA is so full of weak-handed traders that if they don't get their way tomorrow at the open, they're running for the door. They're running for the door. They're running. So, play the open. Play the open now. But I'm telling you right now, if you fail that 82, you fail that 80, it's done. It's done. So we'll see. Shout out to the people who took advantage of the call earlier today and got in at that 94, 93, 92, whatever it was when I put up the video. That was the time to get in. I showed everybody in the Discord room where I was in at. I was already loading up at $1. I'm already sitting in profits in it. In the video, I talk about how the company said it in the 10Q. They don't have any money to even finish the drilling of the first well that they just announced that they started drilling. They don't have enough money to finish it. They don't have enough money to finish it. Market cap is insane for what, they haven't produced even a drop of oil yet. Absolutely, I'm shorting it. Absolutely, I'm shorting. I've said it clear as day. I am short HUSA. I am short HUSA. And shout out to Short Trader for having shares to short. They actually got a ton of shares over there at Short Trader. Loving it. I wish I joined that months ago, 4 or 5 months ago. Yes, indeed. Get those likes up. Everybody go ahead and like this video. By the way, if this is your first time here, please subscribe so you never miss another show. Please subscribe now and you'll never miss another opportunity to watch the show. All right, next ticker here before Sean gets on the air. SRAX. What is this? Social Reality Incorporated. Don't know anything about it. Up 20% today. Nice move over the last couple of days. Here's the hourly. Let's take a look at what happened today. Good 5 minute with nice action here. Okay, so all right, so we got to get some volume in here. I hate charts like this. I just, man, I hate these kind of charts. You know what I mean? Because I'm wondering, where's all the buying here? The stock's moving up, but where is everybody? Where's everybody at? But here's the thing, though. HUSA, if you go back to some of the earlier days of HUSA, kind of looks like this. And by the way, that daily chart doesn't look too bad either, though. Here's the daily chart. That doesn't look too bad here. I think, you know, you kind of went straight there a little bit too soon, but, you know, it is what it is. Over my moving averages here, SRAX. And you're just now crossing the 50, just now going to overbought here. So very, very bearish trend. Let me slap the 200. Where are we at on the daily on 200? $4.28, man. So this was really beat up. Are the sellers really gone, or are we just going through a situation here where, you know, we're just low on the RSI and everybody's just playing the indicator? All right. Quick call here. 612, you're on the air. What's up?
Sure, what's going on? This Dollar Film.
Hey.
Minnesota right now. Hey.
What's going on with you, bro?
Nothing, man. Same soup, just reheating. I was calling about some tickers that had moved today.
Let me get your best 2 tickers, because I got a call. Okay. I got a guest coming.
For real. IFON did a nice move today.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what's up with COYN coin, but it's been moving 3 cents a day for the past 3 days. So I'm just coin, IFON, and SMSI been doing the thing. Yeah, Bad
Scientist, another guy on my show, you really used to follow coin aggressively. I think he'd be interested in this move today. Up 33%. Gap up today as well. Nice candlestick too, by the way. I mean, not anything, just barely a wick there. Nice move there on coin. We'll figure out what's going on over there. Looks like they did release some news a couple of days ago. Don't have a chance to look at that, but I would definitely take a look at it. Out of both of the stocks you talked about, coin obviously looks the best. He is
the reason I watching that stock, though. But I see you changed up the format. Hope you go back to the Trap B. Congratulations on everything on the Title American Investor Show. And I'm going to get out of here.
Appreciate it, man. Will do. Let me get you out of there with that. I know that's what you love, man. Take care.
Get out of here, you damn nigga.
There you go. Take care of yourself. All right. Yes, indeed. All right, so the lines are clean. Waiting for the man of the hour to come into the chat room. So, actually, to call in, and he should be calling in just a moment here. And ladies and gentlemen, again so excited to have him on. I know we got a couple people who are members of his organization, and I think this is him. Sean, are you on the line?
Hey, how's it going, sir?
Hey, what's going on? Appreciate to having you, man.
Hey, thanks for reaching out for me. I'm looking forward to talking to you guys, especially everyone in DEKMAR Treats chat room in your chat right now. Shout out to you guys as well.
Yes, indeed. And those people, please subscribe as well. And Sean, again, thank you so much for accepting my invitation. I guess, the first things first, you can kind of introduce yourself to people in my chat room here and watching the show. I've got a lot of beginners in here who may not know who you are. Tell them, basically, who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Sean DEKMAR. I run DEKMARTrades.com. Basically, right now I'm a full-time trader, but if you guys ever join our chat room or if you guys have ever, heard about it, we are a chat room that takes our trading very serious. Everything we are about is just all credibility. What I really like to do is just break down trading to the most simple forms possible. Trading could be this extremely complicated thing if you really want it to be, but I always like to keep my trading as simple as possible. There's certain indicators that we use. There's certain patterns that we use. There's no reason to overcomplicate it. Something that's already naturally, something confusing. But what I always like to do is, work with traders individually, have them watch our video library, and get used to our trading platform, because everything I do is going to be very quick. That's the type of trading that I really like. Different sort of momentum, big time rips, anything that brings in a lot of hype. That's what I really enjoy. But I've been trading for about 4 years now. 4 years full time.
Wow.
Started DEKMAR trades about 2 years ago, and from there, it's just really been taking off, and I've been very blessed and very honored for everyone who's been part of our community and how much we have grown.
Absolutely. And Sean, when did you actually start trading stocks?
I started trading stocks back in sophomore year. I got very involved, sophomore year in college.
Okay.
I got very involved when I was in high school. I kind of got infatuated by it. I wanted to see what stock trading was about. Everyone grows up and you know about the stock market, but no one really knows how the stock market works. When you're a kid, you're like, okay, you see brokers walking with some nice suits, nice ties. You hear about Wall Street, but no one really knows, what is the stock market really about until you really dive into it. So back in high school, I started getting intrigued on it. When I went to college, I was kind of one of those kids that I really didn't know what I wanted to do. You go to college because that's the standard kind of right thing that they teach in society. So I'm saying, okay, what do I want to do with my life? I actually went into college as a criminal justice major to start, because I'm like, okay, I'm not exactly sure. I've always had stock trading as a passion of mine, but I really didn't take that leap until I got around freshman year of college. And then I started paper trading. I was just that normal college kid. I had no money whatsoever. Just absolute broke kid, just like every college student is. And I wanted to figure out a way to make some sort of cash and, become my own boss. I wanted to always live big. I always wanted to, be my own boss, but I also wanted to kind of take my trading to the next level, or just kind of take my life to the next level any way I could. I didn't want to just be some guy that works a 9 to 5. And you probably hear that a lot as well. Yeah. But, it's so true that, there's people out there with that certain mentality, that they say, I want something more in my life than just the standard. Because, we are brought up to go after the standard. The standard is the right thing to do. But to me, do something different. Reach out. Be who you are. And that's what I really enjoy. That there's people, everyone who's a day trader right now, everyone who's in this chat room, right now, listening to this phone call, listening to me and you speak. These are people that are different. They want to have a better financial life. They're trying to get a financial gain, and that's why I truly respect everyone that's listening right now. Just because of the plain fact, time is your biggest asset in life. You could be doing a million different things. Rich, poor, black, white, doesn't matter. Time is something you will never get back the moment it passes. So. Just everyone listening right now, shout out to you guys.
Definitely. Now, Sean, let's get into, I guess, those college years, formulating, your strategy and what kind of trader you are, like what was your process? I mean, what did you, sit down and do to find out, okay, this is the kind of trader I am?
Yeah, well, back in freshman year, I started paper trading. Now, again, people have different views about paper trading. If it is, some people say it doesn't work because they don't get enough emotions into it. And then when you bring emotions into real trading, that's when you start kind of trading on a more realistic level, obviously, because you have real money, you have real emotions. Now, I started paper trading when I was a freshman, and I try to act like it was real money. I'm a very competitive person. If I'm playing a game of pickup basketball, if I'm playing video games and Wii Mario Kart against my little sister growing up, I'd be furious if I lost in anything. So getting into the stock trading game, it's a pretty tough thing when the majority of traders are going to end up losing. So what I'm doing is taking my trading as serious as possible, paper trading, and I'm figuring out what works best for me. Now, again, I never had a mentor. I never had someone to teach me anything. I never bought a DVD to figure out, what's the right way to trade. My education was all through Google.
Wow.
Investopedia, whatever that was. Investopedia, Google, just looking up free YouTube videos, free content, really anything I could find to, help me become a better trader. So I really started paper trading, and then paper traded for about 11 months straight, all the way to my sophomore year where I started trading real time.
Wow.
But in my paper trading career, that's where I figured out what was right and what was wrong. And the analogy I always use to people, because a lot of people just open up an account and they go straight to trading. And that is one of the biggest no-nos of my book. In my opinion, opening up a real account and kind of jumping right into trading, that's not what you want to do. Because I always call, the stock market, it's like the league, the NBA. This is where the major players go. This is where the big ballers play. This is game time. You hop in every single day. It's about to go down. It's about to be work. If I give you a basketball and you never shot before, and then I put you in the NBA, you'd be embarrassed against LeBron James, against Kobe, because you never had any sort of practice.
Sure.
So why would you hop into the stock market without some sort of practice or knowledge behind you? So that's the analogy I give to a lot of our traders every day, to kind of just, make them able to relate to what I'm saying. You have to put some sort of practice in before you start trading.
Yeah,
so that's what I did.
And this is the thing, though, Sean, is that it's so hard for a lot of people to understand, because a lot of people come into stocks, and you want the money, you want to start making gains, because a lot of people come to the market already with kind of a situation where they need some money. You know what I mean? They either need some money,
exactly.
or they're like, okay, I'm in a situation where, like, for my personal example, was like, nothing's going right, so let me get into the stock market and see what I can do. So they want to find a place to find themselves. And the whole idea of paper trading for 11 months, man, I can't get people to do it for a week, let alone 11 months. That's absolutely incredible.
Well, the thing was, I was a college kid, so with this whole time, I'm trying to build up my account. And honestly, if I had the right money at that time, I would have probably jumped right into real-time trading with the real account, with real money. So probably being broke as a college kid was one of the best things that actually helped me, because it forced me to paper trade for 11 months. And if I wasn't a broke kid, I probably would have just opened up an account like a lot of people do, and then it would have lost it, because I had no education. I had no formal training behind my belt to say, hey, this is what you do right, this is what you do wrong. Everyone's going to take losses in trading.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Starting off, you're probably not going to be that good in anything in life. When we get our driver's or our permits, you get behind the wheel, you know what? We're going to hit the curb a lot when we're parallel parking. But you know what? You practice a little bit, you're going to do absolutely fine. So that's the hardest thing. I have people email me every single day, and they're saying, hey, I'll have enough in my account in about a week, and then I'm looking forward to signing up. And I say, hey, buddy, that's awesome. That's great. I'm looking forward to working with you. But you have to paper trade first. And I completely understand what you're saying there. It's so hard to get people to paper trade, because everyone wants the money now. We all just want to get after it. We see basically what stock trading can do, and all the great things that are possible through stock trading. And I absolutely love it. All the great possibilities, changing your financial life, and having a more successful life. But at the same time, that all comes through work. That doesn't happen overnight. So the plain fact that I was able to make 11 months of mistakes for free before going to a real account, that was one of the best things that actually happened to me. So when I was learning all my different strategies, to see, okay, am I a swing trader? Okay, you know what? That hasn't been working out too well. Okay, should I work on dip buys? Hey, you know what? That's not working out too well. Okay, should I get a day trader? People always ask me, have I ever blown up an account? I blew up hundreds of accounts, but they were all on paper. When I switched to real trading, I already made all my mistakes. What I always, losing, as I said, it's going to happen. But a loss is not when you take a loss, it's a lesson to be learned. Right. It's not a failure unless you just walk away from your computer, which is what 90% of people do. They get a loss, they get mad, shut their computer, say, I'll come back tomorrow.
Oh, sometimes they never come back. Sometimes they never come back, or they come back 5, 6, 7 months later, and unfortunately lose out and on that time that they could have, studied, to get better.
Yeah, exactly. Or they just hop right back in a trade without, dissecting that last loss. And that's the biggest thing. Our biggest lessons are coming from our last loss. And because, everyone wants to talk about their wins. You win $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. It's like, hey, blow this up, look at me. I just absolutely banked. You lost $300. You kind of want to, ignore that. You're just like, okay, that never happened. Let's go to something else. But those are the ones you want to learn from, because if you learn, okay, what did I do wrong here? That's not going to happen again. Now I'm going to move on. So you figure out what you did wrong. Okay, maybe volume got a little weaker right here. Okay, maybe it crossed the bearish side on the trend line, and I got a little greedy. Okay, maybe I didn't lock in my profit. You learn from that, and that's when you go. And the biggest mistake, I feel like, are traders that say, hey, I'm just going to forget about it, move on. It's good to forget about it, but it's good to also kind of, let it sting a little bit so you remember that feeling so it doesn't happen again in your future. Yeah. But, it's really just about taking in, those losses as lessons and not failures.
Absolutely. And it's also probably important to trade as realistically as possible too. I mean, I know sometimes with these paper trades, they give you, 100,000, $1 million. Sometimes you put in, what you want. So it's so important to trade realistically, so you can at least try to have that kind of emotional feel, even though it's really hard to do in paper trading. But yeah, I definitely get what you're saying there.
And I have people hit me up all the time, and they say, I've been paper trading for 6 months. I made $3.2 million in the last 6 months. I say, bro, that's absolutely incredible. But then they come to real trading, and then they say, I don't know what's going on. I started with a $2,000 account. I'm down to $400. What's going on? Yeah. I say, well, how was your paper trading? They're like, oh, it was great. And they say, oh, but I had $100,000 in my account starting off. And so it's not realistic. What they're doing. If you're going to paper trade, act like it's as serious as possible. You have 2,000 in real life, 2,000 goes on paper. You can only trade this amount. If you blow it up, that's a reason on why you shouldn't be real life trading. Grow that $2,000 account not once, not twice, maybe 3 times, from 2,000 to 10,000. Then switch over to real money. But as you were saying before, it's not to bash anyone. We're very impatient, just as humans. We want something now. Everything we have nowadays, technology, everything, apps, we get it right immediately. So the fact that we can't have something immediately, when we're looking for stock trading or success, it really breaks down, who's willing to, put in that work to get there. Absolutely. And, that's always what I want to kind of preach to a lot of our traders, is that, hey, day trading, the success that you can have is absolutely amazing, but that is going to come through hours of work. But, kind of going back to, like my sophomore year or my freshman year in college, it was just all paper trading, blowing up so many different accounts, but I kept it realistic as possible. If I blew up an account, I was super competitive. I might not, talk to my friends for like a day. I'm like, guys, I'm not in the mood right now. People would be like, oh, what happened? I'd be like, oh, I blew up my stock trading account. They'd be like, Sean, it's fake. And I'm just like, well, yeah, it's fake, but I want to, I try to take it as serious as possible because this is what I want to do. And, at first people are like, okay, like, come on. But like, and I understand that, but I'm trying to just take it as serious as possible because when I switch over to a real account, obviously, I don't want to, blow that up. Especially as a college kid, just trying to work up to become, the best trader I could absolutely be. And that's what I did. It's 11 months straight, finally got enough money, and then started trading. And then from that, I started with around $2,400. At my second weekend, had my first $1,000 gain. And then ever since there, it just really took off. So
let's get into the nitty gritty here, because I'm trying to put my audience in a situation where they can become the next, Sean DEKMAR. So tell us, what, obviously we understand, paper trading, coming up with a strategy. Take us through your morning routine, the routine of a successful trader, a teacher of hundreds of students. Well, actually, how many students do you have?
We are just underneath around 800 right now.
Wow, 800 students. Wow, that's incredible. That's a lot of people depending on you for their education. And okay, so what does your day as a trader, like take me through a day, you trading, not necessarily your teaching part, but you're going to your, computer, getting ready to trade for the day. What's the setup?
All right, setup. Wake up, walk over to the computer, 7:15 a.m. A lot of press releases start coming out at around 7:30. So I want to be up. I want to be ready to go, ready to rock and roll at around before 7:30 starts. 7:30 pre-market action starts coming around. And what I always look for, a lot of this momentum plays, all this momentum, especially in penny stocks, we are talking about hype and momentum, and we're looking for what's going to get people excited. Penny stocks are very small. They have very low floats, at least the ones that I play. I was listening to your last guest, Eric Russell, or 2 weeks ago, and he was talking about floats. Me and him sometimes trade together, and I look for very low float stocks. Stocks, 10 million and below, because these stocks are stocks that can get pushed around very, very easily. So any sort of hype that comes into these plays, we could get some nice big rips. So if you're looking at a chart right now, you could look at CBIO, 1 million in float, HMNY, 1 million in float, PULM, 5 million in float. And you could see within the past few months, we've had some massive, massive rips on these plays. So every single morning, I'll wake up, press releases come out at 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, and 9 o'clock. These are the what I call PR waves, press release waves that come out. So these are the times I'm really focused on my news streamer. So I have a news streamer from Equity and one of the best, very good. And what I have is I have these keywords that I teach in our chat room. And I have a list of probably about 35, and I put them inside, these new streamers. These words can be anything from positive, successful, receives, approved, awarded, anything along these lines, which are going to bring in hype. For my last 4 years of trading, it doesn't even matter, what's really inside this actual press release, but if we just have, maybe the word, positive phase 3, you don't really need to know anything about the actual company.
Wow.
I don't need to know who's the CEO. I don't need to know, anything, within the actual company. I just need to know where the people are going to be moving. What I call the majority of people, I call them the mob, the 90% of people, because if you want to think about it, we have about 80% of people within the first 2 years of trading, they're not going to make it. Then around 20% of people are going to be successful and be able to trade for about 2 years afterwards. And what we have is about 80% of those people, I call that the mob, the people who are basically always getting in late and pushing up other people's profits. And what you always want to do is, get in before the mob. If you get in before the mob, that's when a lot of, rookie traders like, oh, this thing's spiking on up, they're going to be hopping on in, and then you'll already be in, and that's when you get these nice big rips. So going back to my actual morning, we have press releases that come out at 7:30. So I'm watching, the pre-market scanners. 8 o'clock, I'm watching. 8:30, I'm watching. 9 o'clock, I'm watching to see if any sort of hot press releases come out. Last big press release to do. I forget exactly what ticker it was. It was back on Monday. That's where I made $1,900 on the day. In pre-market, I made $1,900 on the day. Wow. I have my P&L up on Twitter. And that's just on the pure fact that I woke up early. And that's what a lot of traders don't understand as well. And that's what I really stress to a lot of traders that I work with is wake up early. If someone said to you, hey, I'll give you $1,900 if you wake up at 8:30 a.m., if you wake up 8 o'clock, because a lot of people come over at 9:20, at 9:25, and say, okay, market opens in 5 minutes, let's get ready to rock and roll. If I said you wake up an hour early, I'll give you $1,900, I bet you every single person listening to this right now would be up, ready to go, and a smile on their face, ready to make this $1,900. So, that's what I'm saying. Wake up early. Successful people, successful traders, they don't have time to sleep. If you want to make money, sometimes the best opportunities are going to be, right at the start of the bell. Early bird gets the worm. So, a lot of times, if I hop in on pre-market, I'm looking for those nice big rips. But if I don't play in pre-market, 9:30 comes around, that bell goes off, and then it's really game time. But a lot of the majority is, looking for these hot press releases. Then as a trader at 9 o'clock, I kind of wrap up all my press releases together. I have probably about 6 to 7 that I want to look at. I break down, I get the 6 from 7 from about the news, all the news. From that 6 to 7, I'll head over to stockcharts.com, add some different indicators and figure out which ones have the best percentage to go on a spike. If that's from, just being more bullish, have a lot more, support underneath it, not as much resistance, look at the, the float of the stock, anything along these lines. So that 6 to 7 watch list probably goes down to about 2 or 3. Now the market opens at 9:30. I've 2 level 2s open, have, my top 2 stocks in those level 2s, and I see which ones are bringing in the most volume. Probably out of those 2 or 3, one's probably not going to bring in volume. Maybe 1 or 2 of those is going to bring in the volume. It's where the mob's going to be heading up to, and that's the stock I look to play. I wait for some sort of pattern to develop or some sort of predictability to develop, and then I just try to look for my play. After 9:30, anything goes. Then it's crunch time, game time. Time to make that money.
Wow. Now, and Sean, are there any indicators on your screen?
Yeah, I use the 50-day moving average, 200-day moving average, 13 EMA, and just the RSI. All that's on the 6-month chart.
Wow. Okay, you're trading the 6-month, but you are looking at the minute chart as you trade, though. Is that correct, or?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I use the 1-minute chart to start off the day because I want the most detail. If
Absolutely.
I start off with the 5-minute, I'm not getting, every little candlestick. And
right.
I want every little candlestick. I want to see exactly where the high is. I want to see where the lower shadow is, maybe on another play. If I don't have that exact detail, I'm not going to read it as well. And I love just sitting in front of a trade and just, figuring everything out. Some traders, what blows my mind is, sometimes I hop into a trade, they get up, go to the bathroom, maybe go grab a bagel or something in the morning. I'm like, you are in a live trade right now. You got to stick and just, watch this thing like a hawk.
Right.
And that's what I love. I have so basically when I trade, I have a 1 minute chart I'm watching the whole time. Then I have a daily chart, which is set to the 6 month time frame, which has all the indicators on it. Because, the 6 month chart, I don't know if you ever noticed, but the 6 month chart is the most standard, the most used. Like if you just go to www, let's say stockcharts.com, and you type in any single stock, it'll start off in the 6 month chart. If I open Trade Ideas is a scanning company that I use, it'll just open right to the 6 month chart, and the majority is used in the 6 month chart. Also, if you guys are just looking at stock charts as well, the default is the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. So these are the default, and that happens on a lot of other scanners as well. These are also some of the most commonly used, the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. Now, what I always say is stocks are not moved by the stock market. Stocks are moved by people buying and selling them, depending on, if they like the news on it, if they want to, see some sort of hype, if they want to see some sort of rip. So people move stocks. So it's not about what you are going to be doing in the stock market. You want to figure out what everyone else is going to be doing. You want to figure out what the mob's going to do. And if you can figure out what the mob's going to do, if they're going to buy it, if they're going to sell it, you'll be able to predict the stock market. Because me, as a person, if I go head on against the stock market, just me as one little person, I'm going to, I'm not going to do very well. So I want to be able to figure out what everyone else is doing. So why do I use the 50-day? Why do I use the 200-day? Because this is the most standard. This is one of the most, I'm not going to say the most popular, but I'm going to say these are one of the most popular indicators, 50-day and 200-day. So that means the majority of traders who are trading at this time, they're going to be seeing, okay, we're coming down to the 50-day moving average. We're going to get some sort of bounce play. And so as I see a stock coming down to it, I know, okay, you know what? This stock is going to be, bouncing. We're going to have a lot of buyers. Shorters are going to cover. Same exact thing. We come up to the 200-day moving average. I know that this stock is going to hold up as some sort of resistance line, because this is what the majority of traders are looking at these moving averages. So they're going to be, acting like they are like walls. So if we're coming up to the 200-day moving average, we're coming up to the 50-day moving average, we have 80% of people who may be playing the stock are seeing this. They're going to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to sell at this mark. If someone's using something random, 113th moving average, and someone's like, oh, coming up to the 113th, no one cares. Now, don't mean to be mean. Like, You're the only person using that moving average, so why would it matter? So you want to use the most popular moving averages, because those are the ones that are going to have the biggest impact, the biggest sort of bounce, the biggest sort of, shorting potential if it comes up to it, and hold out the strongest resistance lines. So that's why I use, the 50-day, 200-day, RSI, and 13 EMA all in the 6 month chart.
And Sean, talk to us about that 13 EMA, because that's also, I noticed Cameron Foose uses that. What got you into that 13 EMA? That's a unique one.
Yeah, 13 EMA. I really enjoy 13 EMA. I use that a lot more for my swing trading or for my long-term investing.
Oh, so now, you do swing trade. You're not just a day trader.
I would call myself a day trader. If I called myself a swing trader, I would be lying. So I'll swing trade maybe twice a month, I would say. But the majority of my trades are in and out. But I still like looking at the 13 EMA. It still holds up as some sort of resistance or support. And the 13 EMA, you put it on, you put it next to some sort of chart. A good chart to look at, I believe, is AGFS on the 13 EMA. Now, if you look at AGFS on the 13 EMA, you could see the 13 EMA holds up as basically, just a ride. Every single time it comes down to the 13 EMA, it bounces right off it. Every time it comes down, bounces right off it. The 13 EMA is what I like to call the flexible trend line. Now, trend lines, if a stock is above a certain trend line, let's say an uptrend, it's considered bullish. When it's below the certain trend line, is considered bearish. The 13 EMA is basically the same exact thing on a long-term play. If we're above the 13 EMA, the stock's bullish. If it's below the 13 EMA, it's considered bearish. And as long as that stock is above the 13 EMA, you can hold it as long as you can. If you see that stock cross the 13 EMA, hold it as long as it stays bullish on the 13 EMA, and you'll see so many profits come your way just from holding stocks above the 13 EMA. Now, these stocks definitely have to have volume. These stocks can't be sporadic, everyone has like those crazy stocks that just, look like barcodes. Obviously, it doesn't work like that. But if you see, certain plays, just hold it until once it crosses over, it's considered bullish. Once it crosses back underneath, it's considered bearish. So it's a very nice stock if you're looking for maybe a 2-week hold, a 6-month hold, even, maybe a week hold. It's a very great indicator that not as many people use, but the people who do know about it, especially a lot of the people in our chat room, they definitely enjoy it as well because it's a great indicator to really just show, bullish to bearishness on trend lines.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wow, and Sean, thank you so much. So much information here. And okay, so obviously you're looking up for the momentum plays. The day of the trading day, the morning of the trading day. Excuse me. When it comes to actually doing research on your longs, what's your process for that? Because a lot of people don't really know where to start. What are some of the resources you use when you're looking to do research on a play to take advantage of?
Well, again, a lot of research for me, it starts in the morning. Now, a lot of people say, oh, what's your nightly watch list? I don't really do too much at night. A lot of it comes down to the morning. Yeah, wake up, find those hot press releases, and break down each stock the best I can. Now, every Monday, we do a thing called, stocks to keep on the back burner. Now, these are all stocks with nice setups that we always like to look at. These are stocks that have potential to move up, maybe crossing some sort of indicator, some sort of moving average. So I always have a nice list, probably a list about 15 to 20 stocks that have potential to break out. These are stocks that have potential sometimes throughout the week. Maybe 2 of them out of that 15 are going to break out. But it's always nice to wake up every morning. Maybe if one of these have a press release towards them, we could say, okay, you know what, we may want to watch this one because now it's going to be getting some hype or it's going to be getting some sort of volume. But, a lot of, to come down to actually researching, the best play, for me at least, for these momentum plays, so the plays that I like to play just off of pure hype and we get these nice nasty rips, it all comes down to really the morning. You wake up, it's game time. We have the new streamer that is always running, which I'm picking up the best press releases I can. Then from there, I'm seeing what's gapping up on my gap up scanner. Obviously, if a stock's gapping up, it's gapping up for a reason. Kind of as I talked about before, everything I do is about credibility. So every stock I play, it has to have credible. Now, when I say credibility, when I want a stock to be credible, I want a chart pattern or a press release. It doesn't have to have both, but I want some sort of reason that I know the stock is running for what a reason behind it. Like, we know that penny stocks can be manipulated. We know that penny stocks sometimes can be very sketchy. We trade in a very sketchy world sometimes because there's manipulators. Sometimes some guy with a big following could just say, hey, I'm buying this. Then it starts ripping. Then you say, oh, wow, this stock's ripping. I'm going to, buy it. You end up buying into a pump. The next thing you know, you're in the fetal position with a box of tissues crying because you have no idea what just happened.
Right.
So every stock I get into, I always look for credibility. So that's the number one thing I do. When I'm looking for stocks that in the morning that I want to play, we're going to have gap ups. We're going to have stocks with hot press releases. And the stocks with the gap ups, I want to see, okay, why are these stocks up right now? Is there a reason behind it? So I look through each one. If there's no press release, okay, that's okay. That's absolutely fine. Let's look for a possible chart pattern. Now, I do have about 7 go-to chart patterns that I really like. And kind of have just figured out throughout my last 4 years of trading. And if I see one of those patterns, I'm like, okay, there's the credibility. But a lot of the times, if that credibility is not there, I'll let a spike go past me. I've seen spikes, absolutely rip past me, maybe 50-cent spikes that end up tumbling down. And people at the moment, when it's spiking up 50 cents, they say, Dek, are you getting in? And to me, it's not worth it. Every day is a new day of trading.
Right.
I'm going to wake up tomorrow and there's going to be new opportunities. I don't have the need, or I have the discipline, I guess I could say, to not want to hop in on every play that moves. If I, traded every single stock that moved, I would be broke within, a month and a half because, just because a stock is moving doesn't mean it's worth getting into. I could see a stock go up 20 cents. But if there's no reason on why that stock is moving, most likely it's going to come back on down. And that's kind of going back to the psychological part of stock trading. When we talk about pumpers and dumpers, people start pumping these stocks. And a lot of people who get in late on these stocks are like the rookie traders, the mob, who are kind of just pushing the stock up, and they say, yeah, the stock's up so high, the stock's up so high, absolutely ripping. And then people are saying, okay, why is the stock even up so high? I'm going to take profit. Okay, I'm going to take profit. People are going to start shorting it, and the thing just absolutely collapsed because there was no reason to even start, why these stocks were up so high. So always do your research before hopping into a stock. Press release, chart pattern. That's all you need. Just figure out that there's some sort of reasoning on why these stocks are moving. And if there is a reason on why these stocks are moving, then it's worth getting into. But I see stocks every day that rip on up and they crash back on down. We're in penny stocks. This is what happens. You can't just chase everything that moves. If you chase, you're going to lose. You have to be what I like to call a stock sniper. Sit in the grass, have that cannon ready. You see that nice little weak gazelle come over, boom, get that thing out of there, and absolutely take your kill. But at the same time, you can't just be shooting around on a stock sniper, just shooting every single thing that comes around, hoping you kill something. You have to be just that very accurate, very in-depth, specific trader. You make money, and you lock it in. You don't have to trade 20 times a day, and that's a huge problem as well. Over trading. Yeah. My rule is I trade once, I trade twice. That's it. I never trade more than probably twice a day.
Wow.
If I trade more than twice a day, if I trade more than twice a day, I get commission fees, obviously, that start eating on up. And from there, you're probably going to start making some mistakes. If you're going to trade, make your trade count. And that's the biggest thing to me. If you're going to hop into a trade, make your trade count. Now, I understand completely. Sometimes you hop in a trade, things don't work out your way, you start cutting your losses quick. That's absolutely awesome. That's what you want to do. You cut your losses quick, you can move on. But now, again, you're on your second trade of the day. Second trade, maybe the same thing happens. You get in on another play, things aren't working out, then, you take another loss. That's where, for me at least, I sit back, I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe just took two little losses. If I'm taking two losses, probably, volume's a little weak. Maybe chart patterns aren't really, set up. Tomorrow's an absolute new day. If I hop in and I make, like I made on Monday, $1,900, I made that trade worth my while. I don't want to hop in, and, if I make $50, $60, I don't mind trying to go after it again. But, I don't want to trade 8 times a day. That's not, to me, good trading. And again, if you're a profitable trader, I'll never bash anyone for, times a day and making money. If that's your strategy, that's absolutely awesome. But for me, that's not how I personally like to trade. Now, because again, the stock market's a crazy thing. And if you make money in the stock market and you can make it consistently, I give nothing but props and nothing of respect to anyone who does that. But, to me, and kind of what I teach is, we're going to find trades that are worthwhile. And when we find them, we're going to make them count. We're not just going to buy, maybe make a $10 gain, get out, and then buy again, $10 gain, because that's just going to be eaten away by commission.
Right.
I really like to wait for my best play. When my best play comes, make a few hundred, lock it in, and I'm good to go.
Absolutely. So, Sean, you don't believe necessarily in the idea of sizing in, do you? I've seen some other teachers teach that. Do you believe in, basically going ahead and going all up in that one trade, or fully into that position, or do you believe in sizing into trades?
I'm not anything against sizing in at all. Nothing against it. I feel like if it works for you, that's absolutely fine. But I do know people who get very mad at kind of just sizing in because they feel like that's not good. But again, I feel like that all comes down to preference of what you really want. But I know a lot of people as well who maybe have 1,000 shares or 2,000 shares at, let's say, 90 cents. Then the stock falls like 80 cents. And a lot of people say, oh, you want to buy another 2,000 shares right there. So if it goes up to, 85 cents, you're breaking even. But then a lot of people, end up even losing even more. So
right.
It really depends. Yeah, so a lot of people kind of get caught up as a stock. They're just buying more into a falling stock or a losing stock. Then no one wants to do that. You miss the rip, you miss the rip. There's no point of buying or trying to make back a profit. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just cut losses, move on to the next play. One of the worst things is just holding the bag. As I said, every day is a new opportunity. Every single day there's going to be different plays, different setups, different press releases. So what's kind of the point of just holding the bag on a stock where a lot of the times, the majority, it's just going to keep on fading. Keep on fading. And that's what happens to a lot of traders, how they lose their account. They're like, oh, okay, it's I'm down $100 right now. I'll hold a little bit longer. Next thing they know, they're down 200. Next thing they know, they're down 300. And then if they just caught it, kind of just, I don't want to be rude, of course, but like kind of they just manned up just for like, hey, let me get out here, then I'll move over.
Yeah.
And then but they just keep holding, and that's what destroys count.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, that gets people mad. Kind of the other thing that gets people mad every now and then is using market orders, because I've seen a lot of traders who are like, oh, I never use market orders. To me, I use market orders a good amount because the reason is we're playing a lot of these hot momentum plays. I just want to get into my play. I may get in maybe 1, 2, 3 cents, maybe not exactly where I want it. If I'm looking for a stock that I want to see a $2 breakout, and the stock starts moving on up, I want to get in maybe at 201. But if I get in at 203, 204, personally, I have no problem with that. If I can get in at 201, that's absolutely fine. But if I maybe have 2 or 3 cents of slippage, that's okay. Because as I said, I'm making my trades count. I'm only going to trade it if I'm looking for maybe, $2 break up towards 225, which is the next natural resistance mark. So if I get in at 204, I have, 1,000 shares, let's say, on a smaller trade, and it rips on up, and I end up making, $200, let's say, I have no problem with that. I made my trade count. If I'm buying a stock and it's very hot and it's ripping, then my main concern is just get into that play. If I feel like 3 cents on a play that is, a play that's above $1, because I know if a play is like 10 cents and it rips 3 cents, that's, pretty big. But I'm talking about plays that are, $2 or $3 or $5, up in that range. If a 3 cents is really going to make a difference in my profit, that's probably not a trade I should be in. I'm going to be making my trades worthwhile. 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents. My main concern is just getting into that play. Now, if I do a limit order, some sort of buy stop, sometimes I could get skipped, and I missed out on that easy profit that I said, hey, if I was in, I could be up a few $1,000s right now. So I don't mind if I'm in 3 cents late, 4 cents late with a little slippage. I want to get in, and, the only reason I'm getting in is to make money because I believe that trade is going to be going on up. So, again, that's kind of just another thing that gets people mad, which, again, it's all personal preference. I'm not here to bash anyone about what your trading strategy. You make money, I'm super happy for you. But for me, I just like getting into my trades, making them worthwhile.
Absolutely. And Sean, speaking of credibility, as you said earlier, you're also responsible for sending out alerts every single morning. Do you do it every morning, or is it every other morning? What's the schedule on that, by the way? Just curious.
Oh no, we send out a morning newsletter every single day.
Oh wow!
With the hottest list of stocks, all the press releases that I believe can lead to nice big rips. I send that every single morning to all our subscribers.
Okay.
And it's a nice list of what stock with the hottest press release and a description on why I think it's going to spike or why it's worthwhile to watch. Then in our chat room, I live trade and live commentate every day. So I'll tell you exactly where I'm buying, exactly where I'm selling, and we also put it in the alert box, which is a feature we have which says what stock, what's the price, what's the stop loss, what is the sell target. So, all our traders know exactly what I'm doing. And then, of course, I live commentate, and I'll always tell you exactly why I'm getting into it. Because, that's one of the worst things I feel like. There's so many different different areas to learn. Yeah. As you said, I don't ever like, naming anyone, of course, but everyone has their own strategy. Everyone does what they like, and that's absolutely fine. But to me, I always want our traders to know why they're getting into a play, which is something I feel like a lot of traders don't know. They basically sign up for a lot of these chat rooms and such, and it's just, the main person says, hey, get in here because I'm getting in here. Yeah. And that's never what I want. I always want you to know, okay, I'm getting in on this stock because we have positive phase 3 trials, a 40 on the RSI. We just broke above the 50 moving average. We're moving up, breaking through $4 natural resistance, $2 million in float. Stock has potential to run, 50 cents or so. I don't want to say, guys, buy here, I'm buying here, follow me now. That's not what I'm about. Yeah. So, it's all about really just figuring out the best credibility behind it and, of course, letting our traders know. But, yeah, it's really just alerts, every single day if there's the opportunity. But, again, sometimes we have 2 alerts throughout the day, sometimes 10 alerts throughout the day. And if it's there, we'll alert it. If it's not, I'm never going to put you in a position that I personally wouldn't trade myself. And again, that's why, I call them my teammates, my team members. I'm never going to alert something because you guys are bored. I'm never going to alert something because you guys just want to trade. I want to just only alert things that I personally would trade myself. And, personally, some days I don't trade because I don't have any predictable, confident setups. What I like to look for is always what I call 80% reward, 20% risk. Right now, my win rate is 79%. And you can check that out on my homepage if you wanted to. We list all our alerts, all our wins, all our losses. So it's 79% right now. So it's basically 8 out of 10 trades or 8 out of 10 alerts, we'll win at. And that's just really by being patient. As I said, being that stock sniper, by, having that discipline to wait for the best setup. So, sometimes we'll trade all day. We'll trade all day throughout the whole entire day, getting alerts, pounded down our throats, and we're just like, yeah, let's do this. Other days, we sit back, do some lessons. Everyone's like, can we trade? And I'm just like, no, we can't. There's nothing there. But again, the reason for the high winning percentage is because we wait for our play. And that's kind of what we talked about earlier, that, you get enough money, you want to trade right away. Now you open up that trading account that you've been kind of dying for to change your life. First thing you do, next day you hop right into a trade. Good conditions, bad conditions, doesn't matter. You just want to get in there, start trading, and then you start trading, you're just like, okay, what is going on? Hopefully I come out clean on this. And, that's not really the best strategy. You really want to figure out market conditions. You want to figure out, what if it's a good day, if there's patterns, if there's anything along those lines. And if there's not, it's perfectly okay to sit on your hands.
Right.
It's perfectly fine to skip out on a trading day, or just skip out maybe on no action. Sometimes you get little rips and they come back down. If you start seeing low volume in the market, there's not too much you can do. As I always say, kind of, my slogan that I say every single day that people in my chat room are probably tired of me hearing, volume equals activity, activity equals profit. Without volume, you don't get any activity or momentum. Without any activity or momentum, stocks aren't moving. If a stock doesn't move, you can't make any money. So if things are slow, don't be forcing into a play, hoping it's going to move. You leave your stock trading to hope. You're not going to be in the game very long.
Absolutely.
You have to be waiting for those plays, and when they do come, you'll be ready for them, but you can't force them. And that's, what a big problem is, forcing trades.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we got Sean DEKMAR of DEKMAR Trades. Now, Sean, I took a look at your Instagram, man. You're traveling all over the world. You're doing a lot of big things, and as I mentioned, your alerts are knocking out the park, because I saw a couple posts where you were talking about how members making a killing, and you guys hitting it out of the park, 3 out of 4, 4 out of 4, several days in a row there. You're offering now the opportunity to trade with you for 2 weeks absolutely free. Talk a little bit about that, opportunity for people.
Yeah, well, I mean, for our website, we have free 2-week trials. So every single member who signs up on, their first time, free 2 weeks, and you guys get to experience the chat room. I'm not here to be banking off chat room subscriptions. I'm not here to race up, $110 for you to trade with me. I wanted to start a trading community for us. It's not for me. It's not, it's for us, to be able to go to a reliable, credible area where we as traders can talk to each other, work together, and go from there. That's what I want. I know, as I said earlier, there's so much pump you, so much dump you, so much scams in the market. I just wanted to create some sort of community that traders can come, that they could feel, comfortable to trade, that they could feel confident in each other, and they can go ahead and, really try to take their trading to the next level. So yeah, free 2-week trials for every single member that signs up. If you like it, stick around, enjoy it. If you don't like it, you say, Dek, hey, I don't like you. That happens sometimes. Then you say, and then, then you're off doing your own thing. Everyone has their own personal trading preference. And if you like ours, then of course you can stick around, have a good time. If you don't, then go ahead and, find that area that works for you. Every trader has different preferences. Every trader is going to find, the thing that works for them. Now, again, not every single trader who signs up is going to say, oh, I can do this momentum thing. If you practice, you probably can, but some people like things a little bit more slower. Maybe they like, long-term investing. So they might not like our strategy. But I want to give you the opportunity to at least try. I want to give you the opportunity to at least experience, what we offer. And that's, why I offer, that free 2-week trial. Just, get in the chat room, get involved, meet other traders. That's, the other thing I really just enjoy about it, how friendly everyone is. And, anyone who's hearing this right now, we were cracking up the other day just because everyone out of nowhere just started breaking out saying, hey, awesome job. It was like a compliment party in there. Everyone saying, I love you. It was kind of weird, but it was a great time. It was awesome. And
here's the thing, Sean, like that, because I one thing I've talked to many teachers that, because I'm sure you guys have you've had that student who's came in and 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month into the program, they're like, well, I'm losing, I'm out of here. And I've always believed that, you know, you've got to go as hard as the person teaching you if you want to be as successful as the person teaching you. I mean, do you have those students that you know of that are going as hard as you do, you know, learning and studying along with you? And obviously, I'm sure you've had that experience where you've got somebody who's just kind of just looking to, you know, take advantage of your alerts and pretty much that's it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I challenge our students. Like, I challenge our team members, our members in the chat. You know, I want them to outtrade. You know, that's like the thing every single day. You outtrade me, I give you 100% respect. I crack up. I'm like, you outtraded me, you beat me. You know, I want my traders to, you know, outtrade me. Basically, what I do, you know, I want to teach you. I want to get you so profitable. I want to get you profiting so, you know, in a consistent manner that you don't even need me anymore. You know, that's what I want. I want you guys I don't want you to be dependent on me. I want you to be individual traders. I want you to be independent and absolutely killing it in the market. Now, we have so many people who are firing up every single day, wake up. You know, I get super excited in the morning. As you can see, I'm probably, you know, pretty energetic type of dude because I love it. I get so excited about it. But yeah, people are giving 100% all the time. You know, people get upset when, you know, they get a little bit of loss. You know,
Right.
It's not upset to the point where they're crying, but, you know, they get upset because they're passionate about
Sure.
it. And that's what I love. You know, you want to be successful about something, you got to have passion. You have to be passionate about it. You personally have to want it. If you think you're going to sign up, you know, follow someone else's alerts, you're never going to hit that level of greatness. You're never going to hit that level of success because you don't want it. You're kind of just following someone else. So I always say, you give me 100%, I'll give you 100%. You know, what you give to me, you know, is basically what I'll give back to you. You give me everything you have, I'm more than willing to go everything I have, but, you know, right back at you, teach you everything I can, and, you know, work with you. But, again, you know, there's always those people who sign up that, you know, have never traded. They try to just follow alerts. And again, you follow alerts, yes, you know, you can definitely make, you know, money every here and there. But over time, you know, you might take a loss and you might be like, how did you win? And I lost. And then it could have just been a stock maybe faded real quickly. You didn't know how to get out. You didn't see that the stock was maybe going to crack some sort of trend line. And then, you know, it's just they end up losing over time. And, you know, they're just like, oh, you know, this isn't fun anymore. I'm not doing this. But the people who are actually working hard, you know, giving it their all, those are the people that are going to stick around. As I said, trading is like anything else. You know, if we want to kind of going back to like basketball or football, you know, I'm a big sports guy. So, you know, I'm talking about LeBron James, you know, it's not like he just was like, okay, you know, I'm done doing this. He worked his ass off, you know, in the gym every night, first one in, last one there.
Right.
You know, you want to be great at something, you got to outwork everyone else.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, Sean DEKMAR of DEKMAR Trades, only $60, man. I mean, Sean, you know, like before I let you go here, why is it only $60? Because obviously, you know, for what you provide, man, you know, you can honestly double that, maybe even triple that, because a lot of guys are doing that. Why are you giving your product away for $60 a month?
That's not what it's about for me, man. You know, it's not what it's about for me. You know, we have, you know, that price as that low price because I'm not worried about subs. I would much rather have 100, you know, members in my chat room who are dedicated to trading rather than have 1,000 people who just, you know, don't care. You know, I want to have, and that's why also in our chat room, we're pretty strict about, you know, what you're writing. You know, if we don't, you know, if you're writing pump and dumps, if you're just trying to pump the stock for your sake, or anything along those lines, a lot of times, you know, we give you a little bit of a warning and then we get you out of there. Because, you know, if you're just obeying the rules, you know, we want to make a chat room community that is going to, you know, push you as a trader, to make you a consistent trader. We don't want it to kind of just be like stock twits where people are saying, oh, you know, this stock's going to the moon, everyone's buying now. You know, that's not credible. You know, that's not credible to me. You know, I want credibility. So, you know, we have such a low price because, you know, I want traders to get involved in the stock market. I want them to have a great place to be able to do that. But the subs aren't, you know, important to me. That's not why I trade. You know, I just want a community that traders are willing to work, that they have passion to trade. There's no point, I bump it up to $130 for my benefit. You know, I make money trading. I don't need that. You know, I'm absolutely fine with this. I just want a great, easy community, a cheap, easy community that people can go to, that they feel confident, that they feel trustworthy, that they're getting, you know, what they deserve. As I said, time's your biggest asset. So, you know, people in our chat room, I try to make sure their time is, you know, they're investing their time in me. I want to make sure they get, you know, an awesome a return right back to them. So, that's very important to me.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, that has been Sean DEKMAR of DEKMAR Trades. Hey, Sean, I'm so grateful for you coming in and spending time with us, man. Thank you so much for calling, bro.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, and look forward to, watching the next couple guests coming on up as well. So, again, thank you so much. And, again, thank you for everyone who has tuned in and listened to that last 30 minutes. I really appreciate you guys.
All right. Take care. Thank you very much, Sean, for your time there, letting Sean go. Wow. Absolutely great call from Sean DEKMAR of DEKMAR Trades. Again, this is a guy, as you can see, he's got, incredible amount of passion for trading. And you don't see a lot of guys who are successful that are willing to give so much of their time and energy, because it does take a lot of energy to teach people. This guy, he said he has over 800 people that he's responsible for every single day, providing them tools, training, and advice, for their financial destiny. That takes a lot of responsibility. So I definitely tip my hat to him. I definitely tip my hat to
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on, there we go. Sorry about that, folks. Starting my thing all over again. But yes. So again, thank you so much to Sean for the call. Wow. Very, very grateful. Very, very grateful. Yes, indeed. All that for $60 a month. Absolutely. All that for $60 a month. And here's the thing. As I just told him, he can charge 3 or 4 times that. And there are people out there who would pay it. And he knows that. So that's incredibly grateful. That's incredibly generous. That's the word. Generous. That he's providing that incredible opportunity to give access, to that kind of knowledge that's been withheld from so many people. And he's willing to give it to you at such an affordable rate. So check him out, DEKMARTrades.com. And by the way, he's giving you 2 weeks free. So you didn't even have to pay up front. Just go there and experience it. And see if it works for you. But come back and watch my show at night. You know what I mean? That's why I do the show at night. Everybody go mess with him and then come back at night. All right? Yes, indeed. All right. You new people, come on also and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe as well. And so you'll never miss any show. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to, for the next few moments, my call-in line, 305-600-2896. If you're a student of his, I know we had a lady call earlier, but I'd love to hear from somebody who been trading with them for a little bit. Just kind of get a sense of, how you've improved. What did you learn? How are you implementing it? 305-600-2896 if any of you guys are still watching. I'm just curious for the people still in the chat room. Until then, we'll go ahead and look at some of these charts. Ladies and gentlemen, what were you taking a look at? My thoughts on DCTH. Again, it's one of those stocks we don't know what's running. We don't know why it's running. I have no idea why it's running. DeKalb Systems, I saw a press release that was out June 5th about an annual meeting, but that necessarily isn't strong enough to move it 95%. That's incredible. 724, you're on the air. What's up?
Yes, I was just calling about being Sean DEKMAR student.
Oh, okay, great. All right, so how long have you been trading with him?
Since March, so not very long.
Okay, now were you a complete beginner to the stock market, or did you already have some previous experience?
I'm sorry?
Were you a beginner to the stock market, or did you have some previous training experience?
Yes, I was a beginner.
Oh, wow, okay. Now, just curious, how has he changed your trading philosophy? Like have you gotten better? Do you think you're getting better? Where are you right now? Now that you've been here with him now 3 months almost.
I'm winning 3 out of 5 of my trades.
Wow.
With him.
Wow.
And I started off watching Timothy Sykes videos.
Okay. Didn't we all?
And yeah, so I got a little bit of basics from him, but all the information didn't connect until I joined Sean DEKMAR's chat room.
Okay. Excellent. Now,
because he definitely tells us why we're purchasing a stock, where we should purchase it, when we should get out, and we look at a lot of support resistance lines, which I didn't make that connection watching Timothy Sykes videos.
Absolutely. Understandable. And I like the way that, you know, so many of his students, they actually know him. You know what I mean? It's not like I like him, I'm a fan. It's more or less like, okay, I get him. You know what I mean? I feel like his students and him, you guys have a different kind of relationship. It's not like a fan club type thing.
We are a team, and he stresses that daily, that we work together as a team. So when one of us loses, we all kind of feel bad that one of us lost. And so does he as well. Sure. So that makes it a more friendly environment to make your mistakes and grow from them.
Absolutely. Man, winning 3 out of 4, coming from Sykes over there to DEKMAR. Now, are you also a momentum trader as well? Are you kind of following his way of trading, or are you kind of, you know, taking from him and making it your way?
I started out just following him, but now I sort of just, you know, utilize his expertise, but do my own thing now.
Absolutely. Now, what does the future look like for you? I mean, obviously, you're still learning. You're still a member of his team. What kind of goals have you kind of made for yourself now that you've been with him that you foresee yourself being able to reach?
I hope someday that I'll be able to do this full time. Right now, the purpose of me doing it is just to pay for my PhD. Wow.
Absolutely. And, you know, from what I know about trading, I can definitely get you there if you're committed. That's for sure. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the call.
And I will definitely subscribe to your channel just to go over at the end of the day.
Excellent.
Stocks that ran.
Appreciate it. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, man, for the call.
Thank you.
All right. So there we have it, a student of Sean DEKMAR, and, you know, just been trading for just 3 months. He said she joined up in March and doing exactly what he wants her to do. You know, taking from him, learning, making it her way, you know, and owning it. So shout out to Sean. He's doing a good job. That's basically what I wanted to get from one of his students. You know, is it working? And sure enough, as you know, you guys heard, it's working. It's absolutely working. All right. I got this 443 number blowing me up. Who is this? 443, you're on the air. What's up?
Yeah, this is Eric from Baltimore.
What's going on? What you got for us today?
Hey, how you doing, Sal? I just want to say that I just got into the paper trading.
Okay.
I haven't been trading long, but one thing I could say to anybody that's out there that you basically have a product yourself on YouTube. I started buying like a whole bunch of books on when I first got started, I bought a whole bunch of books, and it was like a whole bunch of information here and there. I really couldn't get it in. So I just started watching your videos from like day one, and I got like a spiral-bound notebook of all the people that call, the plays that you do, and you know, references as far as like other people that you recommended, books. I mean, and I got a whole a nice catalog, you know what I'm saying, just off your YouTube video. So I just want to say to everybody who want to purchase stuff, you don't really need it, because I mean you really do a thorough job as far as just doing it on YouTube. You just got to pay attention and just like act like you're in class, and just like I say, all the main points and the style plays and stuff like that, and you can really get like a nice amount of information to get started, because I've been paper trading off of just that catalog, man. And I've been doing. I ain't on the paper trade. I haven't started actual trading yet, but. And I just want to say, man, that I appreciate it, man, that you're a brother, that you're doing good, and I'm following it. I support what you do, man. So
much respect, fam.
I just
much
wanted
respect,
to say
man.
that.
Thank you so much, man.
Yes,
Appreciate it. Yes, sir, man. 443. Much respect. All right. So let's get back to these tickers. So we can obviously we know what's hot tomorrow. What's hot tomorrow is what was hot today. That is no doubt about it. Somebody was saying Oliver Velez should be my next guest. I can definitely reach out to Oliver Velez. I didn't think you guys liked them like that. I showed a couple, I think 1 or 2 of his videos here. I think it was 2 Fridays ago. I know he's got that awesome video about the 200 moving average and a couple other videos Oliver has out there. He's got that program iFund Traders, something like that, where he gets other people to kind of trade for him after you prove if you're successful. Yeah, just be careful of that, because I think you only get like 20% of your profit or something like that, and the rest goes to him because it's his money. Something like that. I don't know. You're gonna have to do your own research on that. All right, you're gonna have to do your own. But I'll definitely reach out to him, and like all these guys I reach out to, you know, as long as they say yes, I'm more than happy to have them on. As long as they say yes, I know they're very busy people, and you know, they may not have the time. But I'm so appreciative of every single guest I've had on. And again, my guest today, shout out to that man, Sean DEKMAR of DEKMAR Trades. Appreciate all my guests that I've had on my show. Madass, Billy Ray, Batman. All right. The Batman of penny stocks himself. That was a fun interview. I didn't think he'd say yes, but he did. So I'm definitely so grateful for Eric coming on the other day. Yes, indeed. Appreciate that, Ronnie. Tim, no, I want Tim Sykes on. I'm still trying to fight for Tim Sykes next week. I know you guys have your issues with him. I know, but let's keep it 100 now. A lot of us started because we watched a couple of his videos. All right, so let's keep it honest. So I'm trying to have Tim on next week. So we'll see what happens. All right. He's kind of been 50-50 about it. He hasn't given me the definite yes, but we're tweeting back and forth, so we'll see. We're in our DMs. Yeah, but well, I mean, we had our issues, but we're over it, man. I mean, I bring a lot of business to Tim. Whole lot of business. Well over 1,000 people through my links alone. So get a good check from him. It's all business. Nothing personal. Yes, indeed. So, with that being said, let's go through Stock Trapper is bringing up apps, APPS. Okay, let me get my indicators. Looks like I was looking at apps. You guys know I was looking at that a long time ago, but it hasn't done anything recently. Here's the daily chart. Here's my 50-day moving average. Here on the daily chart. Looks like we're below it. We're just in between the 50 and the 200. 200 being that red line there. I kind of loved it. I kind of loved that breakout at 1. You know, you guys remember 1 being such a significant mental barrier for so many traders. So as you can see here, when a stock has been under 1 for a long period of time, when it breaks 1, it breaks it with, you know, tenacity. And as you can see here, it broke 1. And really just kind of took off, hitting 125 and then coming back. I didn't think the pullback would be that aggressive. It's almost been well over a month now. As we can see, that pullback starting as far back as May 8th. And now June 8th. We're still going, unfortunately, in the wrong direction there on APPS. Going the wrong direction there. FRZT, I think it's FRZT. We pulled that up earlier in the show. I think we're dead. I think FRZT is dead, my friend. FRZT, let's pull that chart back up here. Oh, hold on. That's not the chart I pulled up earlier. Okay, I think I got a ticker confused here. That is definitely not the ticker I was thinking about. Wow, that looks absolutely really good on FRZT. But here's the thing. Let me look at the 5-minute because that might... Hold on, let me look at the 5-minute. Oh, okay. This is the chart I was thinking about. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna dip by this after that. Looking at that chart. All right, so your intraday high was 0088. You closed at 0038, my friend. You closed damn near 100% from the high. Damn near 100% from the high of day. I mean, do you know how much of a challenge that you have to make up tomorrow? How many people who are sitting in the bed right now, you know, probably crying their balls out that they lost God knows how much money because they literally watched the chart fade, and they just can't wait till the market opens up so they can dump on you, Mr. Dip Buyer. I don't know about that, my man. I don't know about that, my man. Yeah, FAGI, yeah, the letters went out tonight. There were some letters that went out yesterday. No movement on FAGI for the most part. You did get to a high of 73 cents. We'll see what happens tomorrow. See what happens tomorrow. OHGI, nice move this morning here on OHGI. Up 30%. I think this one has no news. And I got a lot of people who are saying that OHGI is also a pump. OHGI is also a pump. Let me take a look at the daily chart here. A lot of people are saying this is also a pump. As you can see here are the candlesticks. All right, you did get that continuation of the bearish pattern that you had on the 7th. Touched the 50-day moving average with the wick. Got rejected there, so I would figure that's definitely the new wall. Up 30% on no news. So, you know, are we going to be able to maintain that? You know, we did for the 7th. So let's see what happens here on OHGI. GAHC, Samuel, I don't know about that one, man. We pulled that one up earlier as well, too. Wasn't feeling that way that looked. HYGS, I was really scared with this stock yesterday. I don't have a Wednesday show. We did pull this up on Monday's episode, and it was looking a lot better on Monday. And then to see what happened Tuesday and then yesterday on HYGS, I thought it was a wrap. And then sure enough, the stock comes back today, beast mode, up 27%, $1.92 gain today alone on HYGS. Look at that. Gap up opening. Typically, you'd see this sometimes run and fade. And although it did kind of fade into the afternoon hour, you actually found some support there and was able to bounce off a little bit and make it work. HYGS. So we'll see if that can continue tomorrow. Got a caller on the line here. 203, you're on the air. What's up?
How you doing, Sal? This is Ron, the truck driver. I'd like to find out what happened to your symbol RCHA. I checked on E-Trade and I checked on TD Ameritrade, and I don't know if they delisted or
no. It's actually going through a reverse split. So what's going on right now is that it's not trading, so it'll be back after typically a day or two. That they'll come back and be tradable again.
Okay, yeah, I was kind of, I don't have that many shares of it, but I was like, oh no, what happened here? It's got a reverse split, and I should be back hopefully tomorrow, but if not, definitely next week. Okay, well, I appreciate it. I'm a truck driver. I enjoy your show. You get me through the night.
Appreciate it, man.
So I'm going back to listening to on the radio or on YouTube.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. Much respect to all the truck drivers that watch me. I got a lot of those guys who watch me. RCHAD. But here's the thing, though. That D's going to come back. It's going to get off that D here in just a bit and come back as just regular RCH eventually. RCHA, excuse me. All right? Yes, indeed. GMO, let's take a look at GMO. 45% move today on GMO. Let's get back to the daily chart so we can see the bigger picture here. And GMO crushing that 250-day moving average. Look at the move there on GMO. Volume like it's never seen before over the last, it's been quite a while since it saw volume like that. Incredible day for GMO. What's going on there? Let me see the news. Came out June 5th. General Molly presents at Markham Microcap Conference. Now, I've made a couple videos about this Markham Microcap Conference. Now, for those people who don't know what that is, that's basically a huge microcap event. That's basically, what's a big conference that everybody knows? I don't know. Like, think of the Apple, like an Apple meeting, shareholders meeting. Similar kind of hype, similar kind of excitement. That's basically where all the microcap companies go to engage investment banks, investors, and, interested parties. So the Markham Microcap Conference, also a great place for companies to release new information. So, why this is up basically on their conference attendance, that's pretty strong of a move if you ask me. Up 45%, get 1.2 million in volume today alone. The average is only 138,000. So that's a very, very unusual move. Bearish trend overall, so I don't foresee this hanging up there too long. But we've been surprised many times here, folks. We've been surprised many times here, folks, when, hey, it should be done, but the next day is another 12, 15, 20% or more. It's been incredible. So who knows what this is going to do tomorrow. It's only at 44 cents. Everybody can take a stick at it. So we'll see in GMO tomorrow. Definitely put it on your list, though. I mean, a stock that cheap, you can definitely load up. All right. But watch for that morning panic. I can definitely foresee that coming if we don't crush that high. But we don't have too much of a candlestick on that. I mean, the day's high was 44. You closed up at practically at 44. So looks like you don't have too much resistance up there. Let me see here. 50 cent. All right, so yeah, you got a little bit up there. You got a little bit of ways to go, but be careful of that. Yes, indeed. I see something will bring up MRAM. Winston Sawyer, you said you hit HUSA 2 times. Good. Congrats to you. Congrats to you. I should have went long on HUSA. I mean, I watched it here every single day. Tyson Batts would call up, and we'd talk about HUSA. We literally all here on the show watch that stock go up. So, big congrats to Tyson Batts because I think he's up huge. He's up huge. He's got to be. He's got to be. I'm looking forward to Tyson Batts putting up, $2,000, $3,000 in profit or something in HUSA because he was leading us all the way up. MRAM, somebody bringing up MRAM in the chat room. Quick with MRAM. Looking for a breakout here, too. Look at that. All right. Looking for the breakout here in MRAM. You're not too far from it. The stock pulled back a little bit to, what was this day's? May 31st is low. Found that support. And look at that dip buying that took place today in MRAM, up 17%. The company describes itself as a memory chip technology company. Nice ticker, by the way. Company's name is actually Everspin Technologies. You got a good ticker, MRAM. So look into that, see what's moving there. Volume is actually quite low, though. Only 460,000 shares traded today. For that, for quite a move, I'm actually quite surprised. I'm a bit surprised for such a move there. I actually kind of expected them to do a lot better with, that kind of a pattern. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe volume will just start raining in like we saw with HUSA. If you pull up the HUSA volume analysis, whether it be on Yahoo Finance or your broker's platform, you see a million. All of a sudden, that 7 million just showed up. Late to the party, but they showed up. That could happen in MRAM. We'll see. Yes, indeed. All right, so I'm gonna get you guys out of here just shortly. A couple more tickers, and we'll get out of here. Friday tomorrow. A lot of people have a lot of different ideas about Friday. A lot of people think, it's a great time to trade. A lot of people think it's a reckless time to trade. A lot of people think there's no volume. Last Friday was pretty horrible. If you guys remember last Friday was dull. There was nothing last Friday. Hopefully this Friday, it's different. We don't have a 3-day weekend or anything like that to look forward to. ARLZ is the ticker on the screen right now. Again, another very bearish stock. Here's the 200 looming on top of us at 376. Stock's at 127 now, still below even the 50-day moving average. It put up almost 7% today on the stock. Looks like they did release some news today where they announced that they launched, let me see here, their U.S. commercial release of Zontivity. Zontivity looks like it's a therapy. Is it FDA approved drug? It must be. Obviously, it must not be a very successful drug. They're trading at 127 and doesn't look like it's been doing very well. I don't foresee those gains holding up too much longer. Very, very bearish momentum here on this chart. We will see. We will see. Yeah, look, I know you guys were going to bring up A-Bill. I think I saw Astrid bring that up 2 days in a row here on A-Bill. Again, this is another very, very bearish stock that's broken huge bearish momentum to crush this 50-day moving average. Look at what it did today. I got to get rid of the 200 just to see it closer. Look at that. So get rid of the 200, which was looming on top there. Here's the 50-day moving average where today's action popped right through it. Now on the daily chart, as you can see here on the RSI, you're at 76 on the RSI. All right, so, you're going to get some people who are watching that and may think we're pretty extended, but got some good news. Take a look at that. It's definitely not an earnings winner. It's not a company that's doing very well in terms of the fundamentals. So if you're in it with some gains, enjoy your gains. Don't loom there too long because I don't foresee you possibly getting past that 180. But, that wick's pretty big. I don't know if you're going to retest that anytime soon. Your high of the day today was 169, actually. Are you going to get 169 tomorrow? Who knows? Time will tell. You got a lot of volume in there today. Almost 10 million shares. Look at that, man. Almost 10 million shares traded today. Average is only 126,000. Only 126,000. So hope to God those people that are still in it are going to be guys who are going to hold it and give you guys an opportunity tomorrow, because you know that if you fail that, 160 high, or you fail the open, somebody panics. We already know what could happen. Yes, indeed. CNXS. Let's take a look at CNXS. Down 14%. Man, that's penny stocks for you right there, man. That's just OTC penny stocks. That's just OTC penny stocks, man. Down 14%. That's just another day in OTC land, honestly. That's just another day in OTC land. Kind of comes with the territory. So is it going the wrong way? I would say so. You've had now 4 days in a row of very bearish action. Those wicks going lower say that you do have people trying to keep it going. They believe in these lows, but the sellers are in full control here. And now you're at risk of cracking beneath the 50-day moving average, the yellow line there. And that's been, as you can see here, that's been a wall before. So that could be a sign again that CNXS, time to get up out of there. NAK, shout out to Anthony and Prolix. They're still big fans of NAK. I think they're my only two fans that are, you know, pro NAK. Most of you guys are, you know, sell on it. Up 3%. The stock was up huge a couple days ago and then pulled back. Absolutely quick. Yes, I do. But I'm also an internet marketer. I got websites and stuff like that I make money from. But I'm here all day trading. All right. Yeah, man. You know, again, we said sorry yesterday to those guys in wins. You know, it's so funny because when we talk about wins, you got to talk about a stock that even I thought about jumping in to play because, look, $20 to $230, that's no joke, folks. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for 4 days. The stock went from $20 to $230 in 4 days. And we were looking at the chart. I know there's some of you guys who were in the Discord room watching me. It's not watching me, excuse me, watching the movement and thought about jumping in there. I think Q-Tech, who else? Africa Emporium. There were a couple other you guys in there. We were watching wins live as it got frozen. You know? And now, so sorry to the guys in that stock now because their money is trapped up and they're probably not going to be getting it out for at least, it could be as long as 90 days. It could be as long as 90 days. So for the guys who threw everything they had at it, you're probably going to be opening up 50, 60, maybe even 70% from where, you know, the stock froze. But then again, this is a Chinese company. So when we talk about Chinese companies, I mean, it's, I feel it's almost like you just can't, there's no standards there. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I did put the list of Chinese stocks in the Discord room. I've got every single Chinese stock that's trading. It's in my Discord room. Go to the pins. Every single Chinese stock on the NASDAQ, excuse me. Only on the NASDAQ. Every single Chinese stock on the NASDAQ in that document there in the Discord room that you can download. And the idea that I put that list is for you to check out the charts and in your platform or in TradingView or whatever it is you use to scan stocks, set some kind of an alert at a breakout price and then kind of set it and forget it. Set it and forget it. Obviously the ones that actually have volume and that are running, but you know, some of these Chinese stocks, they're coming out of nowhere with no volume. For example, Wins. Wins was very much one of those stocks that, you know, had practically no volume. The average volume traded was only 55,000 shares. So you got to take a look at those too. Set your alerts and forget it. All right. NVAX down 1%. Down 1%. 1.89. Yeah, NVAX, 4 million shares traded. Okay, still a lot of volume in NVAX. I'm kind of surprised. And looks like they put out a little bit of some news yesterday. Yeah, NVAX is kind of one of those stocks you actually kind of have to read up on and know what's going on. It's not necessarily just a stock you just look at the chart and say, hey, I'm going to get in here, I'm going to get out there. You got to actually, I mean, biotech plays, you actually have to like read and do a little bit of digging because, you know, these biotech companies will drop an announcement out of nowhere, you know. But for the most part, they kind of tell you ahead of time what's coming and when you should be expecting it. So I don't like playing biotech simply by looking at charts. You really got to at least do a little bit of digging. All right. Batch, you said arrange the Chinese stocks from lowest to highest float. That'd be a good way to do it too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to Bat Scientist, man. Yes, indeed. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so grateful to all the people who are here for the first time. Please like this video. I won't be having a Friday show tomorrow? I don't think so anyway. Don't think so. I want to take some time to kind of study, read up, and stuff like that. Tomorrow. Definitely be back on Monday. With that being said, I mean, great trading day today. So many stocks that spiked up. So many stocks that spiked up. A lot of stocks that are in play tomorrow. Investors tomorrow have a lot to choose from. I mean, they got a ton of stocks to choose from. Real quick, let me see. SFOR, Strikeforce Technologies. Oh, play, by the way, man. I haven't heard that ticker in so long. I haven't heard Strikeforce Technologies in so long. I expect a very bullish day tomorrow. I expect the bulls to really be in control tomorrow. The Comey testimony today wasn't the dynamite that I think a lot of people expected. A lot of people stayed out of the markets yesterday because they thought he was going to drop a bomb today, and he really didn't do that. So we'll see. The situation in Britain right now, looks like the conservatives have lost control of Parliament. Looks like the conservatives have lost control of Parliament. So it looks like Brexit now is pretty much dead in the water. Looks like it is affecting the pound right now. So we'll see how that affects our market in the open. See how that affects our market in the open. I haven't checked gold. Where are we at on gold? I thought gold would really move today. And again, that was going to move if he dropped a bomb on us. And again, he didn't. So gold really didn't go anywhere. In fact, if you look at the 5-minute chart on gold, this is the morning. And then when he came on and literally started talking, this is what happened. This is what happened. And you got some buyers buying into the speech, literally thinking that he was going to do something. So I foresee gold probably selling off tomorrow even further. The commodity hasn't even been doing that well. And as you can see right now, gold is actually down. Barely 0.1%. All right. Yes, indeed. USEI. What about USEI, man? It's just USEI is being USEI. Being USEI. Opportunity to buy for some, just another opportunity to be patient and wait for others. Popped once. If you didn't sell, it'll pop again. That's for sure. That's these OTCs for you. Yes, indeed. QBIO. Wow. QBIO. Last ticker of the night. QBIO up 28%. Yeah, you're absolutely right there on the volume, man. That volume is embarrassing, but I mean, a 28% move. We don't know how reliable that is when we start getting some more traders into that. You guys, as I've said here multiple times, and in a great book by, what's his name? I can't remember his first name, Graham, Warren Buffett's quote-unquote mentor, in the book The Intelligent Investor. I believe that's the name of the book, but he talks about how, the most reliable issues are the issues with a lot of buyers and sellers because they have the most reliable prices. All right? Yes, indeed. So you guys are going to try and keep me here with all these tickers. You guys know I can go all night if we want to. But with that being said, again, thank you so much to my guest earlier, Sean DEKMAR. Definitely an interview to remember. I hope you guys take advantage of this 2 weeks free, especially you guys looking for a little bit of help, a little bit of better one-on-one. All right. 1 month, only $60. I think for $60, for what I've seen people lose in the market, I think that's a very, very, very small commitment to make for what could be God knows how much money you can earn if you get it right. If you get it right, So, thank you, Sean, for coming on my show. Shout out to all my new subscribers, all my old subscribers who've been watching me for months. Good trading to you tomorrow. Please press like on this video. Thank you so much. Chase, Patrick Lance, Mr. Q Mason, Ziggs, Mickey Bang Bang, Lennox John. Who else is in here? Again, I just mentioned Chase 53, Darth Vader, Nicholas, Bat Scientist, Mike Reynolds, Q-Tech, That's Cannon, I saw Bat Scientist, not Bats, also Bats, obviously, but Stock got in there earlier today. All my callers who called up, much respect to all the callers. Shout out to my truck drivers, the guys in Korea serving. All my soldiers in Afghanistan. Got some fans in Afghanistan. Got an email from Afghanistan the other day. That was crazy. Yes, indeed. Mike Reynolds, Ben, the Quickster. This is the American Investor Show, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, take care, everyone. Happy trading.